Hello, this is New Vision TV. I'm Lynn Komjisha. Born 18th July 1918 in the village of Muvezo in Umutata in the Cape Province of South Africa, Mandela was named Rolilala, a Xhosa name colloquially meaning pulling branches down or troublemaker. He perhaps lived to his name, pulling down and burning the branches of apartheid in South Africa. New Vision TV explores the journey of the man who brought trouble and peace in equal measure.
Born on the 18th of July 1918 in a village of Muvezo in Umutata in the Cape Province of South Africa, Mandela was named Rolilala, a Xhosa term meaning pulling branches down or troublemaker. He perhaps lived to his name, pulling down and burning the branches of apartheid in South Africa. Described as a terrorist by most Western capitals, Mandela bore the brunt of the apartheid regime, including living in hiding, captivity and incarceration on Robben Island. As early as 1955, he had decided that the struggle was his life. At his wedding in 1959, Oliver Tambo told his bride, Winnie Mandikizela, that she was marrying a man who was already married. Mandela was already married to the struggle, and Winnie was to have a taste of this when 5 years later her husband was sent for life imprisonment, only to see him free 27 years later. Nelson Mandela's father passed on when he was only 9, leaving him with two major items from his father that would mark the man he was destined to be. He got a long oversized coat and a gun. His first rebellion was when he refused to inherit the position that his father held. He was placed under Jogintaba Dalindyebo, the acting chief of the Thembo tribe, in preparation for him to become the chief advisor. But he ran away to Johannesburg, leaving behind his arranged wedding and bride. At Fort Hare University, he met his longtime friend, Oliver Tambo, who became his partner in the struggle. Together, they started to boycott against university policies that led to Mandela's expulsion. Nelson Mandela became a member of the African National Congress, forming the Youth League with Tambo in 1944. He took his struggle for equality in the legal fraternity by offering free or cheap legal aids to blacks in 1952. In the same year, he joined the ANC Defiance campaign, which was met with brutal force from the apartheid regime. He first met the wrath of the law in 1956 when he was charged with treason alongside 155 others in what was known as the Rivonia trial, although they were later acquitted. When a peaceful protest turned bloody at Sharpeville, resulting into the murder of 69 black South Africans by the police and wounding another 150, there was a debate within the ANC on whether it would still make sense to confront armed people with bare hands. Mandela's idea was to go underground and fight the regime. Although initially resisted by the leaders, it was later adopted, and Ukwoto Wesizwe, which means spear of the nation, and the military wing of ANC was formed with Mandela as the commander in 1961. The group announced itself by blowing electric pyrons. In the same year, Mandela visited the troops of the Algerian Liberation Army headquarters in the Moroccan city, where arms were frequently smuggled in. The next year, Mandela slipped out of South Africa, going through Zimbabwe, Mozambique and Tanzania before reaching Ethiopia, where he had gone at the invitation of the Ethiopian emperor, who was a supporter of ANC. He was assigned to Fekadu, Wakene, an Ethiopian official who taught him the tricks of guerrilla warfare, including how to plant explosives, before slipping quietly away into the night. At the time, Ethiopia had one of the strongest armed forces on the continent. On his returning to South Africa, he went underground, but his group remained active. The police put a price on his head, and he was finally arrested on August 5, 1962. Although he was sentenced, he went on and ran until he was recaptured in 1964, when he was tried for treason and sabotage and sentenced to life imprisonment. He was sent to Robben Island, earning his famous prison number 46,664, which later became the number of a charitable organization that campaigns for funds to fight HIV/AIDS. His capture and imprisonment raised more dust than when he was operating underground. There were more protests led by members such as Stephen Biko. One particular one was in 1976 that led to the death of 600 people, and the next year the leader Biko was killed in police custody. Oliver Tambo, who had been exiled, launched an international campaign to have Mandela released and led his sanctions. On February 11, 1990, after 27 years, Mandela walked to freedom, leading to the start of negotiations that led to the first multiracial elections in 1994, in which Mandela emerged winner and was inaugurated on May the 10th the same year.
Coming up, leaders complain over shoddy roadwork, and in sports news, Uganda takes on Zambia.
The Total Christmas Festival's on! What? Fun, artisan states, bouncy castles, trampolines, all kinds of food and drinks all day long. So be there! Nambole Stadium on the 10th of December. The Total Christmas Festival! All the kiddie fun in one place.
It's only 10,000 Uganda shillings. Parents enter for free. Vendors, please call 0771 857111. The Total Christmas Festival, sponsored by Mandela National Stadium, Pepsi, Movit, Jessa, Jude Color Solutions, Postbank Uganda, and the New Vision.
Moving on, Mbara municipality leaders want investigations on how funds for road constructions were spent. The leaders fault the IGG and PPDA roads report, saying not enough supervision of the roads was done, leading to shoddy works. The roads were done using funding from the World Bank in partnership with other agencies. Over 18 billion shillings was given to the municipality for roads. And in sports news, Team Uganda is facing off in the Under-20 COSAFA tournament today, Wednesday, 6th December 2017, against Zambia at their home in Zambia at the Arthur Davis Stadium. While there's high anticipation for Uganda to put up great performance, there is not ruling out Zambia coming off more victorious over Uganda, as they will be playing more comfortably on home soil in Zambia. Uganda is eyeing key performance from midfielder Frank Zaga Tumwesje of Vipers Sports Club. The 18-year-old senior full-vackist of St. Mary's Boarding Secondary School, Chitende, ranks among the best passers and dribblers of the ball in the Uganda Premier League. He was part of the Under-17 team that put a magical performance during the 2015 CAF Under-17 qualifiers. Other key players to look out for in Team Uganda during the game are central defender Geoffrey Waswa, midfielder Abubakar Mohamed Kasule, winger Pius Obuya and Mohamed Shaban. Team Uganda also plays Swaziland on 10th December and Malawi on 11th December. You're still watching New Vision TV, and now for Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at crawling and creeping creatures. Be warned that this trip is not for the faint-hearted. We take a look at the reptile village, home of Uganda's snakes, lizards, and all the other creeping and crawling creatures. Take a look.
Cobras and viper snakes, monitor lizards and tortoises are some of Uganda's finest creeping and crawling creatures that will leave you mesmerized when you visit the Wildlife Education Center. We must warn you that viewing the reptile viewing is not for the faint-hearted. Chills may go down your spine as you cast a glance at the different snakes in Uganda Wildlife Education Center's snake village. The reptile wonders curl up in colors, close to Mother Nature of brown and greens. The rich slippery, shiny skin standing out, while you steal a glance of other reptiles such as the lizards and tortoises as they cunningly move about. Viewing the reptiles is a great experience to know about them and their feeding habits. The trip will leave you informed and inspiring to learn about the conservation efforts taking place in relation to reptiles, which are often viewed as pests or threatening. See more Pearl of Africa videos and read Sunday Vision. Catch the videos on www.newvision.co.ug.
And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more of your updates on your mobile, on your desktop, on your tablet, anywhere on the go by visiting www.newvision.co.ug. I'm Lynn Komdisha.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad.